Hello, how you guys doing? Moobot is very confused about we're not doing Town of Nowhere today, Moobot. I appreciate the effort, Moobot. You got the spirit, man. I think it's because I set it up for Twitch plays, and I think that's the Moobot command for that. Moobot misses Town of Nowhere. I'm sorry, Moobot. We're doing the March of the Mice today. This is chapter 9. Wow. 9 episodes already. Hopefully this one's a little bit longer than the last one. I apologize for that again, but hey, I think I got the art style down. Sorry it's late, by the way. It was supposed to be last Thursday, but you know, things came up and I just didn't get it together. Did I tweet? I certainly got the thing ready to tweet, and then I just didn't hit the button. So there we go. Now I've tweeted. There we go. Lamo, 0 viewers, yes. Something tells me that isn't right, considering there was one person in chat saying Lamo, 0 viewers. Yeah, I forgot to hit the tweet button. That's kind of crucial, isn't it? Anyway, I thought we'd do a quick, you know, we'd run the summary video, and then I'd give you guys a bit of a, like, what happened last time on the March of the Mice. And that'll give me like 5 seconds more to get everything together. And we can go from there. Where's the button for that? I think I need to get the Twitch rewards together. Octopus confirmed. Octopus is indeed confirmed. It's actually something that was, I know people were excited that it was like in, but it's always been there. Been referenced since like chapter 1, I think. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and run that thing. You guys let me know how the audio levels are. I'm gonna shut up and let past me explain what happened in the previous one. Anyway, here's the summary from just the whole idea of what this is, in case if you haven't seen this before. So of course, I'm getting texts like crazy right now. Oh, that was just me knowing that I'm going live, I think? Or was that a scam text? Cool, good. We'll worry about that later. Anyway, here's an explanation of what the March of the Mice is. Welcome to a primer on the March of the Mice, a Twitch plays D&D interactive choose-your-own-adventure style game hosted by me on twitch.tv/RevScarecrow. This is a primer to just let you know how to participate and what's going on. Every now and then, I'll ask what you guys want to do. You can either vote in the straw poll that I'll post in chat, or you can add options to it by clicking on the Add March of the Mice option down in the chat. The March of the Mice takes place in a post-human society where animals of various kinds have taken over as the major dominant species. Our story starts with Bree, the protagonist, having a nice birthday, hanging out with their father, and just hanging out with friends and having a good day in the nameless village that they grew up in the Falling Moon Kingdom. Unfortunately, though, they are drafted into the Council's army. The Council is made up of 4 different countries that are all working together as a sort of United Nations sort of front. The Council is currently trying to fight off a wave of random attacks from the Deathhead Pirates, as well as the Black Paw terrorist organization. And it is for this reason that Bree was enlisted into the army. After Bree goes through boot camp, they get assigned to a deer tank along with their childhood friend Abe and a neurotic little mouse named Greg. Leading this tank is Good Luck Charlie. This deer tank is on its way to the front lines, but on its way there to fight the Black Paw terrorists, they are going to have to make several different decisions and fight various different battles and act as not only military but also police in a variety of different situations. And now you know the basics of the March of the Mice. I hope you enjoy. New streams on the last Thursday of every month. I hope to see you there. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. And that is the plot so far. We're gonna go ahead and do a quick also what happened last time. With you know, just what happened in general. It's not Thursday. I know it's not Thursday. I'm sorry. But anyway, here's what happened last time on the March of the Mice. You guys successfully made it to the capital city of the Falling Moon Kingdom. You know, that little thing explained what the Falling Moon Kingdom was, but there's that. While there, you had audience with the king of the Falling Moon Kingdom, as well as the king of the Sanguinary line, who happened to be there at the same time discussing some things about that. He did not seem to care for you. He absolutely just bashed you upside the head and knocked you to the ground and yelled at you. But that was generally considered a good interaction with him. While there, you witnessed this. I just like this art, and I figured I'd show it to you again. Just the culture of the Falling Moon Kingdom on display. As well, you were asked by the king of the Falling Moon Kingdom that you should go around town and just kind of help people out until you were asked to be around later. And so you did that. You helped a little old lady cross the road and a bunch of other nice things. And that's basically what happened last time. We are going to get into it with Chapter 9, The Speech. Let me get the audio going for that, and then we can go from there. There we go. There's some nice audio for that. So when we left off, you were still in town for that speech that you're supposed to give later. You were asked by the butler of the king of the Falling Moon Kingdom, who I apparently had already named King Titus and just did not remember that. I'm an idiot. Sorry about that. But while you wait for your summons to go do that, you're pretty much free to kind of screw around town for a minute. Greg and Abe are with you, and that's where you're at right now. I'm gonna go and open it up redemptions. The redemption thing I still haven't gotten sorted out, so I'm gonna have to do it manually. So it's still gonna be a little on the slow side. I apologize for that, but we'll get it fixed. Where is that? All right, there we go. I'm gonna open up redemptions. Go ahead and post up what you want to do. Vote. At some point, you guys will need to go by the castle in order to get the speech that you're supposed to read. I'm gonna find a straw poll website that I can use because I forgot that the one that we normally use is not available. Yes, this one will work. All right. I'll go ahead and pause right there and then make a poll. Hopefully I do this right. Sorry for the delay. It is a little slower than usual, but there are some things you can do. Eat dirt, do a little dance. Pretty much the guaranteed things to show up in every single poll. Allow multiple choice. Create poll. Copy and paste. How late am I? This is literally the first vote, so you missed putting one thing in, and that's about it. Vote. First vote of March of the Mice of the year 2022. So you're not that late. Really not that far late. We're just slowly building it up into doing things. And we'll go from there. You can vote on any of those that you want to do. And then we'll kind of get a vibe on what chat feels like doing based on the results of that. It's almost been 1 year since this started. Jeez. I feel like we're just getting into plot now. You know? All right, see you in a minute, Lieutenant Shadow. Looks like Eat Dirt is at the very bottom of this poll. That's probably for the best. check in on Greg and Abe and ask them on their thoughts of the previous attack and do a little dance. In standard Bree fashion, you do a little jig as you get up beside Abe and Greg and you go, "Hey, you know how St. Greg's place got devastated and a bunch of people died? What do you think?" And did a little dance. They're sort of used to your behavior by now, and they're fine with that. And Abe is more than jealous that he was not there for that. But Greg seems very happy that he wasn't. Abe would have very much liked to have been in the fight with you. After all, his dad was killed by pirates, and so the idea of killing some pirates is pretty much the whole reason that he signed up to be in the army in the first place. While you were drafted, he actively wanted to be in the army. So there's that going on. I should probably turn up the audio just a little bit so you can even hear it. Just a little interpretive dance to express your grief and drama. You know, as you do. Sort of hanging out on the street with your friends. Chilling, having a good time. Explaining the traumas of war while doing a little jig. And suddenly, from, right next to you, someone just starts screaming, "He took my purse!" And, there's a dude just blitzing down the sidewalk, just being like, "Get away from me!" I'm gonna go ahead and set up another poll and allow you guys to decide what you want to do. Piss will not help in this situation. This person is running straight towards y'all. He's trying to run past. Get on the purse rampage. Just start stealing other people's purses. Just everyone's doing it. It's the popular hip new thing to do. Stealing purses. Tackle the thief, piss, and shit. Two separate options. Chuck a rock at the thief. Get the purse in a rampage. Clothesline him. Grab the dude's ears. Like he's a rambunctious young boy from the 1920s or something. Alright. Copy and paste. There's your vote. Vote! They do have big ears to grab. Also, thank you guys for complimenting the tile work. This was one of the biggest mistakes in my artistic career, to make the flooring of the capital city have a really nice brick tile street. This was an absolute mistake because trying to get that tiling down sucks. And significantly increased the amount of time that each one of these drawings took. Did you draw it by hand? More or less, yes. If you look at the most recent arcade, I think this is... there's at least one drawing with that. Rev, why? So I used the free transform tool and got the tile set up, and then I free transformed them so that way they're the right angle. You can only add the options when the polls allow for it. Yeah, I'll say hey, vote, or add polls, and then we'll allow from that. I didn't draw it completely by hand. So, winning by only a couple votes, tackle the thief, / grab the dude's ears, / clothesline him. They're all kind of at the top. Piss and shit are at the very bottom, as is stealing someone else's purse for no reason. I think I just made the timer for how long to add options too short. That's my bad. I'll do it better. Thank you for not drawing it by. I practically did. I had to do a few because the perspective kept getting screwed up and I had to fix it. Anyway, you tackle the dude to the ground and grab his ears in order to stop him from running away with the purse. Standing back up, the 5 of you all stand in a circle. Greg makes sure that he isn't going to go anywhere, and Abe checks on the woman as she runs up and says, thank you so much. He took my purse and I. What happened to Abe's here? He's just a guy. He's like that, my dude. He took my purse, and had you guys not been there, he would have just gotten away with it. The guy who had the purse previously says, it's my bag. I don't know what she's talking about. She keeps yelling at me that it's her bag, and it's not. It's my bag, and I would... Can you just tell her to get away from me? Alright, now I'll open up redemptions, and I'll let there be like, what, 10 options? Give the thief a wet willy. Really? As a reminder, there's essentially no police in this universe. Effectively, you guys are not only the police, but also the military. So just, treat the situation as if you're both. All right, I've go ahead and shut down the thing again. There's 17 options. I'm going to go ahead and paste them all in. Ask them both what's in the bag. Ask them what's in the bag to prove it's theirs. I'm going to go ahead and put... I mean, that's kind of the same thing as the other one. I'll go ahead and reject that one just so that way that person can get their points back since someone just a second before them said the exact same thing. So someone got their points back. Search purse for identification. Make this dude dance. Ask them both something that would be... I mean, okay. Finger biter, I'm going to give you your points back as well. Look in the bag. What's in the bag? Cry. Okay. Crying is a free action, but take them to court. Just ignore the issue and let the justice system handle it through the courts. Ask what's in... Okay, Anna, I'm going to go and give... Everyone's down with that. Ask what's in the bag. Okay, PB boy, that one's already there. Luigi guy, I'm going to go ahead and give yours back because someone already asked to do the court thing. All right, cool. Allow multiple votes. What kind of hate crime is it to make us both the cops and the military? Is the automatic straw poll thing broken or what? I think it works. I just forgot to keep the code, and I just kind of got to set it. Basically, I'm an idiot. Here's the poll. Go ahead and vote. Chat's calling me homophobic for making them cops and / or the military. I'm supposed to be doing work right now, but I'm here because, I mean, don't get fired or anything, but I appreciate the support. Vote. Break his back, fucking ass. Make him humble. Wow, that's that's certainly a play to be the second option. Vote. Go ahead and post it again just to make sure everyone votes. Vote. Vote. Chat's like, oh no, why did we put that here? Chat's like, well, if we're gonna be cops, we might as well do some violence. Vote. It is kind of a Zoidberg, isn't it? Okay, so with the majority of the votes, you are going to ask them both what's in the bag. Who would you like to start with? I'm just gonna, rather than putting a vote to it, I'm just gonna ask chat, who would you like to start with? The woman or the guy? The guy, the thief, the lady, the guy. The guy. Should I make this actually a poll? Make out with them both at the same time. Also, I'm getting texts like crazy. It's like, I'm at work, y'all. I can't mess with this right now. Do mice have lips? What? Ask them both separately so the other can't hear. Okay, that sounds reasonable. How about we do that? So who would you personally like to interrogate then, if that's the case? Greg won't know anything about this. Greg, what's in the bag? This bag that you've just seen for the first time. Power move. Greg is the thief now. Alright, so you interrogate the, you decide to take the gentleman aside and ask him what's in the bag. You open up the bag and, look inside. It looks like a comb, a book, and some random candy, and that's about it. He says, I want to make sure my first day is good. I bring some breath mints with me. I got a book in there, but don't look inside the book. Just don't look inside the book. Think there might be some cash in there. I don't remember. You decide to read the book anyway. The gentleman tries to knock it out of your hand, or at least go, no, just give it to her. Whatever, I don't care. Just don't read it. You start reading it, and it's quite possibly the worst handwritten poetry that you've ever read in your life. Quite possibly the worst thing ever. Absolutely abysmal. Half of it doesn't rhyme. I think there was an attempt to rhyme. Maybe I should put that down. Poetry doesn't necessarily need to rhyme. However, if you're attempting to rhyme, you should probably, make it rhyme. Now let's ask the lady. You have lemon drops busted. You're going to jail. Let me go ahead and set up a new poll. And then I can make it so that way you guys can actually vote. All right. Options. Redeem them. Publish the poetry in the local paper? You maniac. You evil person. Why would you do that? This is a civil forfeiture, and I'm putting this in the paper. Yeah, I should probably close out the redemptions. Once we get to like 13, that's quite a few. Usually it's like only like the 3 or 4 that actually get any real votes. So, keeping it kind of simple is the best. Give him constructive criticism. What's in the bag, Rev Dance? Cry from the agony of reading this book. Chat decided not to blackmail him for candy. Tell the guy he's a lyrical genius. The new mouse shady. Eat candy to check. Don't do that thing where we break the guy's back. That didn't get enough for it to be like in the same like vibe. It's also like incredibly like outside of what check the bag and, you know, interrogate them separately was. Assaulting him randomly was not the same sort of thing. All right. Allow multiple choices, create, copy, and paste. Suplex for bad poetry. Vote. I forget that there's a delay between when I say things versus when you guys hear them, just because there's... I think it's something to do with the world being big and there being delay, you know? I don't know. I don't know computers. Wires are involved. The internet's a series of tubes. That's an old meme. Some of y'all aren't, you know, young enough. Or some of y'all are young enough to not know what that is. No, we know. Okay. Vote. While you vote, I'm going to try and find where that window was. Internet big. Vote. Lope. Vote. Jeez, my phone is just going crazy right now. What is going on? It will not stop vibrating. It's different people messaging me. Okay. Vote. I think it's just my mom worrying about us because there's another winter storm rolling through. Yeah, so that's fun. Anyway, let's check and see where we're at. I'm sure it'll be fine and nothing will be bad like last year. You decide to go ahead and close up the purse and go and check and see what she thinks is inside the bag. Abe pulls you aside. Dude, I think she's crazy, dude. Cause like she's saying, I don't know. She can't tell me a straight story on like she's saying this. He's saying this off to the side. She's saying there's all sorts of different stuff in there, and none of it is that. As he looks in the bag, I don't think it's hers, man. She said that there was a wallet and some. She said there was a book, and then she said there was some papers. Very sussy indeed. Ask her if there's soap in the purse. Why would there be soap in a purse? Is there any other interrogation that you would like to ask, or should I just put up a poll that says the birdie sounds are looping with silence in between? It's a bit sudden. It's just gonna have to be a thing. It's okay, orthogonal. Like, stuff like that and the page turn sound effect not being perfectly on beat, it's fine. No one notices. Don't worry about fixing it in post, orthogonal. It literally does not matter. I know you notice, but most people don't. It's because you care about audio. It's fine. It's fine. DNA test the comb to see whose it is. All right, how about I go ahead and open up redemptions again so you guys can decide what you want to do. Ask her if D's is in there. Yeah, thank you, orthogonal, for editing this, by the way. Stop being nice. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pause that. Copy, paste, copy. There's usually quite a few things that get spammed into it real fast on the votes, so I try and pause it once the window is relatively short. I guess I could make it longer. How many requests should there be? How many things do you guys vote on average, do you think? I don't think it shows me that metric. Since you can vote on multiple things, do you guys tend to vote on like 1 or 2 things, or like 3 or so? 1 to 3, 2 to 3. Okay. 2 to 5, depending on... Suplex the lady instead. Okay. 3 to 7. It depends on the options themselves. Sure. Is this Problem Sleuth? I started this shortly after reading the first little bit of Homestuck. If you like those kind of things, you'll notice it, but did you guys see the raid at the beginning of the stream? I did not. Let me see if I can scroll back to it. Let's see. Tita Titanium, thank you for the raid, my dude. I'm so sorry I missed that. There were 2 raids. What was the other raid? Who did I miss? Cheesy Draws, thank you for the raid. Homestuck didn't really have interaction. this is something that the original Town of Nowhere, which was a different series using the same mechanics. Here's the poll again while I explain this. I wanted to do as a D&D thing, but I'm bad about organizing things. So instead of doing that, I just did D&D with chat basically, and that's basically the crux of where this came from. And then this one happened because it was a story that I was wanting to write for a while, and then now the yeah. Did that make sense? I kind of lost where I was going with that sentence. I love your "is this furry" conversation back in Night in the Woods. I was literally referring to this series. I was getting the art together for this series when I was like, "Hey, is Night in the Woods furry? Cause is this rat with a gun a furry?" Vote. Ask about the contents of the book. You asked the woman, I assume sidelined, about what the contents of the book were. She says, it's my diary. I keep it on me in case if I need to put down notes and about my job. Yeah, no, this is still shitty poetry. That's 100% not a diary. All right, lady, we can't seem to find any of your belongings in your bag. In the bag. Well, he must have taken it out and ran off with it and hidden it. Complete all. Open redemptions. Do that one wrestling move invented by a VTuber. I've never heard of it, so I have no idea what you're attempting to do, so I 100% did not draw it. Bruh. I love that. imagine like a cop just going, bruh. We'll stop it at like 15 requests. That should be enough. Or once it slows down. Start boggling uncontrollably. It's a weird, like, happy mouse thing that I've learned about. It's incredibly bizarre looking. Their eyes do this weird thing. Google it. I can't draw that. It's weird. Did not know rats and mice did that. Tell her that she's the imposter. Did he swap the contents running away on the street? I mean, from the moment that you saw that she screamed to the point that you tackled him, he had like seconds to take everything out of the purse and then switch everything out. So, there's that. Give her the book and give him the rest of the bag. Comb yourself. Yeah, the moisty is honestly kind of a boggles. that's awful, Android. Well, I'm glad you're here now. It's time for another vote. 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 What's the context? Also, I'm late. A woman claimed that her purse was stolen. After investigating it, chat does not believe that this is her purse. Also, yeah, make sure you wrap your pipes if you're from Texas. Drip your pipes, probably, depending on the weather is in your area. That's a thing. If you don't let a little water go through, your pipes will burst, and that sucks. I've never actually had it happen, but it sounds bad. So do that. It's cheaper to let the water run overnight than it is to have your pipes burst, because that's a lot of water suddenly entering your house, which is bad. So there's that. That's a thing. I live in Texas, so we don't normally have cold snaps or colds in general. Anyway, vote. Vote. I can't copy paste it anymore. So I guess we're done voting. Excuse me. You look her square in the eye and say, bruh. He didn't have time for that. Don't try fooling us. And then you boggle. She looks like she's gonna try and say something to confirm that, like, no, you're wrong or whatever, but she kind of just gives up halfway through, like, starting a sentence. You get back to the rest of the group. Can I have my bag back? Now comes the suplex. No, that didn't win, so we're not randomly suplexing this woman. Greg asks, what do you want to do? Can you do the whole stream in the vote voice? I think it would suck. I could. These are options. Suplex Greg. Compliment the shitty poetry. Suplex them both. Wisdom of Solomon or whatever. Send the woman to the police and let the guy go. You are the police. All right. Copy, paste. Here you go, sir. Free to go. Suplex Greg. Just for no really discernible reason, commit violence against your squad mate / friend who you've gone through some serious stuff with. Yeah, just assault him for no reason on the street. Sure. Give the bag back and ask the lady why she did that. Apologize to the guy for tackling him. And ask if you can have a mint. Ask Gay if he knows the lady. Dance. Cuff Greg and put that dude in jail. Why are you bullying Greg? Send the woman to the police and let the guy go. I would assume that you would just, let Greg and Abe take her to jail. Dance aggressively. Right. There's 2 different dance commands. I probably should have rejected one, but there you go. 2 different dance commands available for you to pick. Will you regular dance or dance aggressively? Chat is high on police power. This cop on cop violence has to stop. Why are you assaulting another police officer? Vote. Vote. Suplex Greg because he's a cop. Okay. Vote. This vote is the worst thing that's happened since my son. Vote. Fuck movies. Vote. Vote. Why is no one complimenting his poetry? Because it's bad. Have you ever had someone compliment you when you're intentionally trying to do something bad? Being a streamer is like that sometimes. Sometimes I'll be bad at something, be aware that I'm bad at something, and then chat will be like, Rev, you're so good at this. And it's like, oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. Thanks. So for those of you guys who haven't been here before, you vote on what you want the characters to do, and then I'll make it happen. If there's a few options that are fairly close in votes, and they're not where you can't do them both, then we'll do both of them. You give the bag back to I assume the gentleman based on what you guys have been saying, and you begin to dance aggressively. You're very upset. You question the woman. And you say, why did you do that? Why did you lie? Dancing aggressively all the while. You apologize to the gentleman while continuing to dance and say, I'm sorry for tackling you. Under the circumstances, I thought that you had robbed her. And I'm sorry for tackling you. And here's your bag back. May I have a mint? You continue to dance with the grumpiest look on your face you can manage. This is a normal thing to do. Abe says, I think based on what's happening here, me and Greg should go ahead and take her down to the station. We can write her up for this. I'm not entirely sure what exactly this is, but it's definitely at least a waste of our time. You need to go ahead and get on off to the castle anyway to go ahead and... The gentleman did not give you a mint. He's upset with you. You assaulted him. And then read his book after he asked you to not. And you asked him while aggressively dancing. We did not assault him. Here's 5 seconds ago. Anyway... Um, um, irrelevant give mint. I never assaulted you, you say while aggressively dancing. That's just detaining him. Not assault, battery. We're gonna go ahead and take her down to the station if that's all right with you, Bree, and you're free to go, sir. Sorry about the trouble. Bree's free to no. The gentleman is free to go. I'm gonna go ahead and open up redemptions. It's falsely reporting an incident. Yeah, basically. Why are you so mean to Greg? Skelecorky, thank you for the gift sub. What are you doing right now? I don't know. What do you want to do? I've opened it up for redemption, so you guys can decide to do something. At some point, you need to go by the castle to go ahead and, pick up the speech you're supposed to read in front of the Senate. All right. Free action, hug Greg. This is a free action. You're allowed to hug your friends, cry, and or dance as a free action. Eat pant. Eminent domain his mints. I think the term you're looking for is civil forfeiture. And fun fact, there were more money worth of stuff was taken by that than traditional thieves last year. So there's that going on. Take a mint and throw it on the ground. Can we accidentally show a clip of Tifa absolutely getting railed while we're at the Senate? I thought about drawing that as a meme. I decided against it. Here's the poll. Eminent domain is the government. I see. But you're kind of a cop as well. Does the technology I could spend some time out of my day drawing Tifa Lockhart from Final Fantasy VII getting railed in order to perform a joke that I knew was going to be a thing? And yet, vote. It would be worth it, and you know it. That's true. Thank Abe and Greg. You decide to thank your two squad mates for their assistance in this, and you make sure especially to thank Greg because you've been thinking uncharacteristically violent thoughts toward him. He's a small lad and was also drafted into the army and doesn't necessarily even want to be here, but you've decided that is deserving of absolute violence. For some reason, you decide to pat Greg on the head and do a little victory dance because you successfully were able to figure out whose bag this was. And now you're just hanging out on the street by yourself. Bree has some fucked up intrusive thoughts for no reason. Offer to help the woman cross. We've already you helped the woman cross the street again. You should probably I'm glad I still had that image available. What places in town can you go to? Well, you sent a letter last time to your folks. At some point soon, you should go off to the castle and pick up your speech. But spend all day forcing her across this. Is there a flea market? That I love the implications of that. Twice the experience for helping her cross the street twice. Can we find a fountain and bathe in it? You smell fine. You don't need a bath. Buy a fun hat for the speed. You know what? Why don't I go ahead and just set up... Open up redemptions. Rev, I want to buy things. You currently have really no money? There's not much of a need for you to have money right now? The king of the Falling Moon kingdom has asked you to give a speech in front of the Senate in order to explain what happened at St. Greg's Place, which is where that giant battle happened. Wait, did I ever actually tell you guys that was happening? That's a thing. Someone comes up and tells you that that's a thing that needs to be happening. Okay. If that has not been told to you yet, that there's a speech that needs to happen, someone... Okay. You told us that at the start of the stream. Okay. I don't think I did. Civil forfeiture some money. The speech is this afternoon. Civil forfeit. Steal some money from some people. Rip a nasty one. Give Greg a kiss and then boggle aggressively. Greg has left, so you can't do that. Make a smart investment with your money, which you don't have, so you can afford a cooler hat later. Find a fountain to swim in it. Disregard anyone who tries. Okay, this is actually kind of bizarre because, like, of these things, you can do almost none of them. I'm just going to refund all of these. Well, Rev, what can we do? Well, I clearly didn't draw the things that I needed you to draw, or you guys wanted me to draw. Namely a fountain, I guess. Can we eat moss? The town is fairly well taken care of. So there's not much moss to eat. Is there a pet store? God, that implies so much stuff that I don't know how to deal with right now. Gerated, thank you for the 25 months of support. No, Moss, we can't have shit in the Falling Moon Kingdom. Maybe I just force you guys to go get the speech so you can read over it. You literally have bugs as transportation, yes. Yeah, sorry about that. That's a little bit railroady. Anyway, back at the castle, you are there now. The railroaded by a DM, literally 1984. Sorry. Yeah, I should probably draw more of the town. It's a building. Skelecorgi, thank you for the gift sub to Main Dog. Thank you. Well, this is the castle where you will be given the speech. That you can read. It's actually fine. I feel a little bad about the railroad. The butler leads you to a side room in the castle. This is the same butler that you met earlier today, and he gives you a speech that has been prepared for you. Now, the king says you're allowed to ad-lib a little bit, but we would appreciate it if you decided not to ad-lib too much. If you're not actually entirely sure what to say, just keep to the speech. We avoid the black tiles and only walk on the white tiles. You've decided that you're a bishop and only walk along the white tiles. Can we straighten this man's bow tie? Does he even have one? He doesn't have one. That's just his shirt. Straighten the man's imaginary bow tie. Okay. How about I open up redemptions for you guys for a sec? You'll need to head straight on over to the Senate so that way you can give your speech. The king will be giving his speech. This is very important. We need to be able to have the recall that shitty poetry and recite it instead. Memorize the speech. Can we get in a cool suit for the speech? Okay. All right. So I'm going to pause redemptions real quick. So the way we're going to do the speech is I've actually written out a speech for you guys to say. I'm going to create polls after each section. I'm going to copy paste the bit of the speech that you're supposed to read. And then I'm going to give you guys the option to add redemptions to say what you want to say. And then if you guys want to change it up, you're allowed to. Or you can just keep it with the actual thing that you're supposed to say. A lot of people want to rewrite it so that way it's shitty poetry instead. That will be your job to make the shitty poetry instead, if you would prefer. You could just rephrase it to have some more pizzazz. A lot of people are saying, like, you know, here's different speeches. There's one person that says they want to take the speech and quickly skim over it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to reject all these things and then just read you the speech as it's going to be read. And then you guys can decide when you get there what of it you want to change up. So, Skelecorgi, thank you for another gift sub. That's very kind of you. So the speech goes as follows. It's essentially broken up into 4 sections. a beginning, a middle, a second middle, and an end. And it starts like this. Hello, I'm Bree. I'm a soldier in the service of the Falling Moon Kingdom and the Council. I help operate a deer tank. Prior to the attack on St. Greg's Place, a pirate was arrested and interrogated, which allowed us to find out the meeting place of the planning meeting. By going undercover, I was able to find out the plan and give us the much-needed time to evacuate as much of the city as possible. However, despite the brave efforts of the soldiers of the town, we were overwhelmed. I was the only survivor amongst them. It is soldiers like those who died that day that keep cities like St. Greg's Place and this capital safe from pirates and terrorists like the Black Paw. I am trained to drill. I ask that you please consider asking your kings to send additional aid to the Falling Moon Kingdom. We are strong together, but we also die together. The alliance is built on that principle. I thank you for listening and appreciate your consideration. So during the speech, I'm going to copy paste different segments of that, and you guys can choose to do different things if you want, but that is the speech as it is, which is the speech you were handled. Currently, if you remember from the last episode, the King of the Falling Moon Kingdom was talking to the King of the Sanguinary Line and telling them that we need more support. We're getting overrun. These pirates are attacking us. It's a problem. Revise the speech to be everybody know that shit's fucked. That's an old meme. He pushes you out the door, and you're back on your way outside the castle to go to the Senate. You're pretty much needing to go straight there. And sorry, I'm railroading you a bit. Sounds too important to do it badly. Head to Senate. We'll go ahead and get that scene. So the castle's on your left, and the Senate's straight ahead here. If we actually go back to the this view from last time, the castle is that big walled-in area, and then on the right, you can see there's a building with like a dome. That is the Senate, which is like just down the street, right here. Just for like the ability to understand where you are relative to anything else in this town. I'll put it back up for a sec. You head inside to the Senate, and there is a screen for this. Where is it? You fall through the halls, and you find yourself in the main Senate floor. The main stage of the area is let me see if I can get the audio levels right for this. There's a skylight that allows the light from the midday sun to shine directly onto the stage, allowing everyone to see the person who's taking the stage at any given time. The king kind of pats you on the shoulder and says, "You'll do fine. Just stick with the script, and you'll be fine." The king gets up on the stage and begins his. I'll be honest. I just tried to find a crowd voices, crowd sound effect, and it's quite possibly one of the worst ones that I could have picked. It's actually really bad, it turns out. We'll just ignore it. The king of the Falling Moon Kingdom. Your king. Play it right now. It is playing right now. The king gets up on stage and begins speaking. I'm going to lower this just a bit. I thank you all for being here today. As you know, these are difficult times, trying times. But as a Senate, it is a meeting such as this that allows us to come together and deal with this in the ways that need to be dealt with. I've asked Bree to come and speak on behalf of the soldiers at St. Greg's Place. Bree was the only survivor, and I hope that you will give them the respect that our soldiers in arms deserve. You come up on stage with your tiny notes, ready to give your speech. There's claps, but I didn't actually find... I didn't find a clap sound effect, so I apologize. Everyone clap. Clap yourself. Like, clap at home. Make the sound effect yourself. Oh no, what's playing on the screen behind him? DIY your own sound effects. All right. So again, for the speech, I'm going to create a poll. I'm going to put the first section of the speech into the poll, which is, hello, I'm Bree. I'm a soldier in the service of the Falling Moon Kingdom and the Council. I help operate a deer tank. I've opened up redemptions. You guys can, you don't have to say that you just want to, say that. Jesus Christ, chat. All right. I'm going to go ahead and pause it because there's a lot that just came in. Puke. Okay. Orthogonal Caster has attempted to write a, looks like poem. Here's some sort of meme. Tell everyone that the doors are locked and you planted a dirty bomb to go off in 30 seconds. You know, like a normal person would do. Twitch ate some of the paragraphs. I think it's probably actually too long for the actual thing to take. Hello, I'm Bree, and my tank is dear to me. Oh, it rhymes. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and copy paste Orthogonal's full thing. I think it got the whole thing, actually. Alright. You're gonna have to give us some extra time to actually read all these. I'm gonna go ahead and read all of them myself, because I actually don't know what I picked. So, you've got the original one, which I put. You've got Orthogonal Caster's one. My heart is like a falling moon. It's falling 'cause of you. It'll turn into a crescent soon. I'll be forever blue. Oh, Cheddar, love for you is great. Please never disappear. But for you is I already ate. I'm sharpening spear to kill. to gain more cheese, and everything is clear. Main Dog says, okay, short version is things happen and people have died. Here's the long version. Flame Burrito has posted, connection terminated. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Elizabeth, but if you still even remember that name, but I'm afraid you've been misinformed. You're not here to receive a gift, nor have you been called here by the individual you assume. Although you have indeed been called, you have all been called here, into a labyrinth with sounds and... What is this? I have no idea what this one is. Five Nights at Freddy's 6 ending meme. Okay. I'm Repairman says, tell everyone you locked the doors and planted a dirty bomb to go off in 30 seconds. Punstar says, sometimes mice all across the kingdom get into military, and not all those mice who make it back home, farming mice, art mice, friends, and family mice. What happens at St. Greg's Place is sadly happening all over the kingdom. Towns and fellow mice go down as they've been quickly made aware on my little time in the force, but our motivation shouldn't be to go down with them. Today we need support, and in any way that can be given by any mice that can give it. Bethane says, start rapping, shit's fucked y'all, real crap y'all, time for a brap y'all, before dropping it bro. Before it's dropped bro, excuse me. Sporky Fork says, keep the speech exactly the same, but doing an interpretive dance while speaking. PB Doughboy says, hello, my name is Bree. My tank is dear to me. Queen Waffles says, I'm trained in gorilla after that. So it would read, hello, I am Bree. I'm a soldier in the service of the Falling Moon Kingdom and the Council. I help operate a deer tank, and I am trained in gorilla. So those are the ones. Hopefully that gave you everything you needed to know in order to do the votes. Gorillas strong together. No one wants to send everyone into a panic. No. With a majority of the votes, you guys have decided to keep the script exactly as originally written. You say, hello, I'm Bree. I'm a soldier in the service of the Falling Moon Kingdom and the Council. I help operate a deer tank. Everyone sits quietly and patiently as they nod their heads. Gonna create another poll. Complete all. The next part of the speech goes, prior to the attack on St. Greg's Place, a pirate was arrested and interrogated, which allowed us to find out the meeting location of the planning meeting. By going undercover, I was able to find out this plan and give us the much needed time to evacuate as much of the city as possible. I'm going to go ahead and open up redemptions. You guys can put something else in there. Cry while reading the speech. I like war crimes. I'm going to go ahead and pause redemptions. Let's see. Where did I like war crimes go? Cry while reading the speech. I like war crimes. Show prison wallet to the Senate. That means show your asshole. Keep the speech the same, but overly describe the gore. Found out some weak grok gave us some info. So it's the same thing, but read as an orc. Keep calm and read it. Complete all. Create, allow multiple choices. How do I know that? What? Vote for what you want, not for what you think will win. That is voting 101. Because if you vote and you get the thing you voted for, but you didn't want it, that's stupid. That doesn't achieve anything. Especially with multiple choice votes. This is why we have multiple votes. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of time to actually read this. Vote. 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 God, the crowd murmur sounds is more like there's some random drunk in the crowd. Such a bad. All right, let me see if I can find a better one. Hold up. Let's try this one. Okay, that's like way too much. I think this is the exact same sound effect. Yes, it is, because it's the exact same length. There are two people who have uploaded the exact same soundtrack. Okay. Vote. Let's see where that vote's at. With a majority of the vote, it looks like you guys want to just read it as written. You say, prior to the attack on St. Greg's, a pirate was arrested and interrogated, which allowed us to find the meeting location of the planning meeting. By going undercover, I was able to find out this plan and help successfully evacuate, or giving us the much needed time to evacuate as much of the city as possible. Everyone continues to nod along, listening carefully. The next portion of the speech goes, however, despite the brave efforts of the soldiers, however, despite the brave efforts of our soldiers, the town was overwhelmed. I was the only survivor amongst them. It's soldiers like those who died that day that keep the cities like St. Greg's Place and this capital safe from pirates and terrorists like the Black Paw. which is the terrorist organization that you were basically okay. Redemptions are open again. Keep this speech exactly the same, but do charades for the action-y bits. Keep this speech exactly the same, but overly describe the gore. Do a little dance while saying amongst. Rip an absolutely thunderous fart. Stumble over the word amongst for unknown reasons. I saw them pull a guy's bones right out of him. Read it just like that, but glare sternly at the audience to prevent them from making an Among Us joke. They have no context for Among Us. Cry. End that section with a large burp. And complete all. That should be good. All right. Allow multiple choices. Create. Copy and paste. There we go. Again, if something like cry or fart loudly ends up getting like a reasonable amount of votes, similar to whatever the top vote is, you can always throw that up in as well. So you can, say the speech exactly as it says, but also cry and or fart if you guys desire. So vote for all the ones that you want to succeed. And I'll try and, make it happen based on the voting system. Vote. Ask the drunk senator how he's doing. He's doing great, apparently. The aesthetic for this this universe is somewhere roundabouts like medieval times / like World War I. A lot of the references I took for as far as like outfits and stuff come from around that time. Post-apocalyptic cottagecore. Sure. That's a vibe. What is a deer / bear tank? It's they put a howdah, which is it's like a metal box that has guns on it, and you put that on the back of a deer, and then the people or the mice inside the howdah, this metal box, can control the deer and then shoot stuff. Let me see if I've got a picture of the howdah. The mice ratatouille, no, it's not quite that. Let me see if I've got, all right, we've got this picture of a deer tank from like episode 2. So there's that metal box that has a compartment for the mice to be in. And there's cannons coming off of it. and you ride on the back of the deer in that thing and shoot. Why do deer agree to do this? Because deer aren't sapient. I don't believe that deer will ever be sapient. They are dumb. Canon to this world, deer are very dumb. Stumble over the word amongst for unknown reason, cry, and say the speech basically the same way, but with some charades. They're all kind of at the same like level, I guess. So saying the speech has 12% of the votes. Stumble over the word amongst for unknown reasons has 15. Crying is 13%. So I guess it's just read the speech as is and cry. That seems about right. So you read the speech as is, which I will read again while pulling up another image. You begin to cry a little bit on stage. It was actually kind of traumatic reliving all this stuff. However, despite the brave efforts of the soldiers in the town, we were overwhelmed. I was the only survivor amongst them. It is soldiers like those who died that day that keep our city excuse me. I was the only survivor amongst them. It is soldiers like those that died that day that keep our city like St. Greg's Place and this capital safe from pirates and terrorists like the Black Paw. Amongst. It's not subtle. I'm sorry. I don't know how to read the word amongst subtle. Like in a weird way, subtly. Now for the last portion of the speech. Which reads, I ask that you can please consider asking your kings to send additional aid to the falling Moon Kingdom. We are strong together, but we also die together. This alliance is built upon that principle. I thank you for listening and appreciate your consideration. I actually don't know what you mean, Castigill, and it's probably because, like you said, you're high. So there's that. I've opened up redemptions again, so you can say what you want to say for that portion of the speech. The transferable vote, like if you started the poll over again after voting, got rid of the bottom. That would take too long to do. The multiple choice vote thing allows for quick votes. I've go ahead and paused redemption because we're up to 15 now. If I allow you guys to churn through it several times, I don't think we'd get much of a different choice. Additionally, because it's multiple choice, you could just pick the ones you like, and that'll get us the majority. I think it ends up being about the same, but takes considerably longer. Pose dramatically at the end, get the coughing fit over the word amongst, and get really confused and headed on what's with this word amongst. Give a salute at the end, do the speech perfectly, but then end with Hulk Hogan's, "Oh yeah, brother!" Does anyone smell gas? Do a little guy dance after. Blink torture while doing the speech. Mouse together strong. including a sad anecdote from your my childhood at the start of the speech. We're at the end of the speech. It's a little late for that. All right. And post. Start the speech over and include it. Hold up, guys. I screwed up. Let me try again. When I worked at Randall's, they made us like call like, you know how like stores have. While you guys vote, I'll tell this story. You know how stores have that thing where you can page over the intercoms. I distinctly remember this. This is one of those things that like late at night, I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe I did that. They made us do this thing. So you'd clock in, and then they would ask you like, okay, now you need to go say, my name is Colin, and I'm here to help you with any of your needs. I'm a loyal Randall's member, here to help you with anything you need. Something along those lines, right? And I screwed it up once. And I just was like, crap. And I just hung up because it's like this phone, right? That you basically just call the intercom. And I screwed it up, and then I hung up, and then I like picked it up again and redid it. So the entire store heard me go, hey, my name's Colin. Crap. Hang it up. Hi, my name's Colin, and I'm here to help you with any of your service needs. It's one of those cringe moments from my like teenage years, and I'm like, oh man. It's like an entire grocery store's worth of people heard me. Late night moments when you're like thinking about it, you just like sort of cringe at yourself. That's one of the ones that comes to mind every so often at night. I'm like, oh god, I can't believe I was like that. How do you still remember that? If you fuck up that badly, you will remember that. Like, the store was, like, reasonably full. You know? Yeah. Sometimes you do stuff and it will never leave your brain. Do you want me to just, like, time you out for a bit, Caskill, so that way, like, you're chill? You're not doing anything bad, but I just figured I'd, you know. You just typed that all up right now? Yeah. You're good, dude. Don't worry about it. We love you too. Go have fun and just lay down. Change the together we are strong together, we die together, to we are strong together, we can survive together. But otherwise read it exactly as is. And then third place is today's speech is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends, one of the biggest mobile role-playing games of 2019. And it's totally free with currently almost 10 million users. That did not get enough votes to actually win, but I just thought I'd read it anyway for the people on After Hours so they could actually experience that. So anyway, you decide to read the speech pretty much as is, but you switch out one sentence, which I will now attempt to read. I ask that you please consider asking your kings for additional aid to the Falling Moon Kingdom. We are strong together, but we also survive together. This alliance is built upon that principle. I thank you for listening and appreciate your consideration. The constituents continue to clap at the end of your speech. Clap at home, so that way there's sound effects. See, I'll clap. All right, I'll clap, and then you clap, and then everyone's clapping, and then DIY your own clapping sound effect here. There you go. Good. And with that, you get off stage. The meeting continues to drag on about other things for quite a while longer. It pretty much has absolutely nothing to do with that. It seems like including the exact next speech have absolutely nothing to do with the issue that you were just talking about. And that's pretty much where I got done writing and drawing for this session. Hopefully, this is a little bit longer. This was, last session I think was like 30 minutes. This one was about 2 hours. I'm going to check and see if there's any art, and if there is, we'll look at it. There is an art. There's an art from Interrogating. No prison wallets. Canonically, the next speech was about... No, it wasn't. It was not about Raid Shadow Legends. Amazing episode. I'm glad you liked it. Sorry for the small amount of... The problem with having an entire capital city is there's a lot you can do. Let's go ahead and... let me see if I can add a screen region just for the... I'm going to turn off the sound effect. Where is the flea market? Some dude promoting a book named Raid. March of the Mice is always a treat. I'm glad you guys like it. I tend to spend a lot of time and effort, and then I have nightmares about it, and then you guys show up, and it's absolutely nothing like my nightmares. So please draw a pet store so we can have a friend. So this one's from Interrogated, and it's of the weird situation with the bag, and then you've got the poetry thing where Bree's reading over the poetry, and they're saying, "Yep, this one's going in the cringe compilation." This bit where Bree's like amongst... Oh, you can't see. Excuse me. I love this. Amongst. That face is really good. It's fantastic art. Thank you so much. Go ahead and back up. Make sure that we got all the art. I think that's all the art for now. That's incredible art. Thank you so much. It reminds you of Bunglepuss. It's got kind of Bunglepuss vibes, doesn't it? I hope someone animates Bree boggling. It certainly is an option. But anyway, that's it for me for now. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back with it. Oh boy, maybe... Wait, what is the last Thursday of this month? The day after my anniversary. Okay, that may or may not happen. That's gonna be rough. But we will. That is very soon. This might not happen this month. Outside of this session, so I apologize for that in advance. May not be streaming tomorrow. Depends. It's my wife's birthday. If she wants to play Monster Hunter with me and we stream it, then we'll stream it. But otherwise, I'm just gonna hang out with my wife and make sure she has a happy birthday. So I hope you guys have a good one. I'll see you in the next one. Brrr.